Okay, folks, welcome back. So, we've seen our basic superhero intro. We've talked about a lot of different things. We've talked about creativity levels, how to reach those levels. We're going to go through the basic rundown of the project here. We looked at Stan Lee. We talked about origin stories. Now we're going to just take a quick look here. We might have used these books for references. We might have used our phones, the internet, to come up with references, to come up with ideas for our initial design page. This is your first design page here. This design page should be filled out with color and then different examples in each box that we're showing here. Once we have that design page done, we will move on to your main design page. This planning page will show color schemes and possible glazes that can go with those color schemes, general ideas, logos, and then on the bottom, a complete idea for your backstory. This doesn't have to be the entire story, but it should be a main idea. Beginning, middle, end, closure, or cliffhanger. On the back, this is what your main tile will look like. You may print stuff and put it on here. You may start off with all different types of versions. You can print things that exist already, trace them, alter them. You can start with transfers from different types of templates. Any of these will work. You can expand on these templates. You can also trace things right out of these books to get started. You can try to change some of the characters that are in these books. If there's something that's interesting to you, remember we have all levels in this classroom. You start wherever you feel comfortable and you move on and get creative from there. So, our next step is designing your transfer page. This transfer page will show everything that's going to go onto your finished tile. The logos, the name, some color, and then your main hero, or villain with sidekick, hero with sidekick. Your tile will look like this. This will be a bisque-fired tile ready to use. You will transfer your images using this black transfer paper so that when you place it, your design here, and you draw through it, you will then have lines to follow and glaze in with small brushes. These are some examples of transfer pages that are just about ready. We have logos, we have heroes, villains, we might have some jazzy sayings. This was kind of a practice page for this one. You may have invented all your superhero stuff. You may have used and copied some of it from your favorites. You may have cut and pasted to get things to stay together. You may have even taken a picture of yourself and then traced it. This student chose a stance, held a disc up to make it like it was a shield, took a picture, printed it, and then traced her own figure to get that moving. These are examples of finished items. So we're going from this to this to this. You'll also glaze the sides to give it a really nice finished look. There's many different ways to have this come through. We had some examples in our original PowerPoint. This one has a three-dimensional logo. There will be demos in Schoology for three-dimensional logos. Think carefully about your color scheme and how that might look on the tile. Think about your background and how you're glazing. You might wax your character out so that you can then glaze the background easily, or tape areas for higher level glazing techniques. When we look at our rubrics, very simple for spring. Green is good, red is bad. We have a very hard to read rubric through a mask. Student is able to elaborate on an idea, a theme, a personal interpretation to the point of realization. This is your realization right here on this tile. There is evidence of purposeful expression and effective communication of this artistic intention. We're going for that, and we're going for skills and techniques are applied at a high level. Student shows an excellent ability to apply the artistic process involved in creating this art. So, green is good. All the descriptors here is what you're shooting for. Green is good. Red is bad. So, hopefully this helps. We're going from planning, going through our creative process and our artistic process, our design process, and thinking about our creativity levels to get to a high level of creativity. Thank you.